y'all, we are back with another dense update. Here we go. CrossFit announced last Thursday morning, just before the 25.3 live announcement, to affiliates in an email that they are in the process of looking for a buyer. And of course, if you guys know Frank, he couldn't wait to take to social media to rally the troops in an attempt to buy CrossFit. Come on, Frank. Some have speculated that this was just a way to kind of soften the blow to the community in regards to the sale, that they potentially already have the buyer that they're looking for, that we're just waiting for the ink to dry. They did put out a press release. I saw the New York Times picked it up, a couple other outlets as well. In there did mention B Sport as being the potential buyer for CrossFit. New York Times did reach out to B Sport and they commented saying it's too early to comment. Coffee Pods and Wads talked about this. Matthew Souza talked about this. Barbell Spin. Now it is rumored that this will take place sometime before the CrossFit Games. So that bears the question, is there going to be additional prize money added to the CrossFit Games prize purse? That evening, the 25.3 announcement live in Albany, New York was spectacular. Great way to close out the open. Dallin Pepper, James Sprague, Jason Hopper, all facing off.
14 combined years of CrossFit Games experience on that floor and 2 in the NFL, and they are coming out of the gate hot.
A special guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, NFL quarterback, rogue athlete, and most importantly, my son. Make some noise for Tyson Bagent.
You can tell how proud his dad is. There was a little bit of controversy about this workout being leaked. Coincidentally, Jason Hopper, Dallin Pepper, and James Sprague were all on Coffee Pods and Wads with Pedro, and they had an opportunity to guess what they thought the workout was. And essentially, Jason guessed it right on the money.
I think the workout is going to be starting on a row and ending on a row. So I think it's going to be 50 and 50 at the top and bottom. 50, 5, 25, 5, 25, 5, 25, 5, 50.
And later this weekend on Kill Taylor, which I'll talk about here in just a little bit, Colton had this to say about the league.
It's true that some of those guys did know the workout ahead of time.
I think the odds of Jason guessing that workout almost exactly and not being smart enough to keep his mouth shut on a podcast, I think it's very low that was a coincidence. And even down in James' faces when he said that, it was kind of like, is he saying the actual fucking workout right now? Like,
yeah, Dallas' face was like, dude, they were like, uh-oh, he's doing it.
I also did notice that Perrin of the Training Think Tank posted something similar, and Kiefer Lammy had responded to her, and her version of the workout was pretty similar. The rep scheme was just slightly different. So this leads me back to the rumor I'd heard about a photo of a whiteboard that essentially had the movements for each workout. It just had variations of rep schemes. So nobody maybe really knew exactly what it was, but they did know the movements. To be able to guess that there was going to be 3 barbells in the workout, I mean, come on, that's not a coincidence. Nonetheless, it was still a great show. Dallin's still holding the top time right now of 9:21. I did see on CrossFit Games website today on the leaderboard that there were 2 other scores put in, a 9:15 and an 8:15. But if you look at the rankings of those athletes, it's highly likely that those are mistakes and they entered those in error, probably scaled versions of the workout. Now on this weekend's Kill Taylor, Taylor did the 25.3 workout. He had already done this the day before, but he was not happy with his time. So he chose for that to be the workout, and he did it again, did improve his time significantly. A few of the regulars called in, but were unsuccessful. And then Jason Hopper calls in.
I see Jason in the call in. Look, I see a cross-eyed ogre. I see the troll from Harry Potter.
Oh,
dude,
shit.
Where's the wand?
Look at someone.
Jason Hopper did in fact beat Taylor's time. The guys were all kind of hanging out, chatting a little bit on the live broadcast. And then Colton Mertens calls in.
He's got his shirt off. I don't think he's here to play.
No,
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy,
Uh-oh, Jason, don't count that money yet.
Jason, you want to stay on and watch this, buddy? You want to watch offline?
There are people out there saying this is one of the best Kill Taylors that there ever has been in 44 weeks, and they are not wrong. There was tension between Jason and Taylor.
It doesn't hurt my feelings that you beat me, bro. It's gay that you went and were a minute slower than Thursday. Hey, will you donate any of it to McCoy's 2 fucking sons?
I'll probably give it all in a lab just to piss you off.
Oh my God.
That's probably the best joke you could have had.
And then Colton came in, and Colton offered to donate his winnings to the sons of McCoy, who recently took his life.
I'm gonna try and win, and I'll donate the money to McCoy's kids if I win.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Wow.
Which I thought was really amazing. Jason was nervous when Colton called in. He was trying to negotiate with him, like, Colton, you don't have to do this, man. Colton did the workout, did it in 9:37. Now, Colton also did this workout the day before.
Mr. Mertens, have you done this yet?
Yeah, I did it last night.
And you're going to do it again now?
Yeah.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Colton, I'm gonna tell the world your time if you do this.
It was an exciting show. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it on the Sevan Podcast YouTube channel. Frog Grips put out a video on their YouTube channel of a day in the life of Colton Mertens. This video is only about 14 minutes long.
But it just kind of depends on the day, and a lot of times my dad won't. He'll text me like 7 o'clock at night, like, hey, we're loading pigs at 5 tomorrow. All right, great.
I'll head over to the farm, do some chores, and then
Something you can put on in the car on the way to work. I recommend you go take a look, watch that. I will link that video down in the description for you to go watch. On my last video, it was announced that the WFP was starting 2 affiliate gyms, and the very first member of the founding 50, her name is Maggie Schur. Her Instagram is Maggie Ludwig. I actually recognize her. She's been on the event team of the CrossFit Games and a lot of other major competitions in the space for many years. She sat down on the Counterculture podcast to talk about WFP. The interview was a little long. A lot of technical difficulties at first to run the live stream. She said on there that she signed her affiliation papers about 2 weeks ago. She couldn't really answer any specific questions as it pertains to the affiliation.
Full transparency, nothing to me about we're going to offer programming or we're going to offer a methodology or they were like, I love that you love.
She basically just stated that she has a personal relationship with Maggie and Ryan Husband, who are a part of the World Fitness Project.
I said, I will give you a year. I am excited to partner with you because I trust them to do right.
I mean, I get it, low risk. What does she have to lose? If it is successful, you get the badge of honor. You're the first founding member of the World Fitness Project. And also with that personal relationship and knowing them, it makes sense. There was a conversation on the Barbell Spins post about the affiliation.
There's an Instagram, me and some guy are going back and forth because he's like, how can you say you support CrossFit, but yet you were demanding exclusivity with athletes?
And when she saw that, she immediately reached out to Maggie to ask her, like, hey, did you guys ask for this?
I called Maggie.
Yeah.
And I said, did you do this? And she was like, absolutely not.
And she says that if they ask for that...
Well, I did, and then somebody brought up his name. I forgot his name till you just said it. And I called her again. And I said, listen, let me be very clear. You know I love you. You know I trust you. You know I'm here. But if I find out that this did happen, I'm out. Like, I'm aligning with you because I trust you.
The way that it was worded just seemed odd to me. And she says that Maggie's going to do some more research to make sure that nobody on their team said that.
And she said, 100%, I will research it even more. I will make sure that somebody else didn't say something that I don't know about.
But then we know when Victor Hoffer said that, he was so confident that he said that because his agent told him that for 2026 it would be exclusive. We know Will Morad immediately reached out to the Barbell Spin.
I got a phone call right after that.
oh snap! I've gotten a couple of those
from
before.
Mr. Morad himself that they have not talked about 2026, that they're too busy focusing on 2025. However, but he's talked to agents and said, look, down the road, way down the road, if we were like super successful, maybe there's a chance we go to exclusivity at some point.
When you roll that in with the fact that we know that they were pushing for exclusivity in the beginning, and then they were like, well, never mind, after the athletes freaked out.
And I know Sevan says his sources aren't good, but the only people that can come from are agents or athletes. And of course, he's not going to want to out them.
I heard that they wanted to do exclusivity, but a bunch of athletes couldn't do it because they had to fulfill contracts with their sponsors. You know, if let's say your sponsor was Subaru, you would have to, in the contract that said if you went to the games, you got an extra $10,000 or something. And so they had to fulfill that, or that, you know, they had to get to the games in order for the contract to get extended or whatever.
Who's not being truthful here? Is Maggie being duped, or did the husbands not really know that somebody in the company asked for exclusivity before this thing even got kicked off the ground? Maggie did say that she has already volunteered for the TFX Invitational as well as the Syndicate Crown, and she's still waiting to hear back from the NorCal Classic. She did also say that she plans to be working all 3 of the World Fitness Project Tour events as well. You can watch the full interview on the Counterculture Podcast YouTube channel. Well, I'm kind of sad the Open is over. It was a lot of fun. I feel like the energy this year was better than it's been in a long time. It's been fun to rally the community together, see all the people out there giving it their all, kicking ass, doing hard things, fighting through injury, through illness, through loss. That truly is what this community is all about. That is all for this dense update. Be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're into this sort of thing, head over to my Instagram page where you can follow me there for all the latest happenings in the CrossFit community.